Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachahakorash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations, as always, to the elect. All right. Prophecy Watch. Getting into a few things that are happening, in the world, as we enter into this straight gate, as we're already in it. Okay, but things are going to get more tight, but along the lines, the Lord is going to deal with our enemies. He's going to do things, that give us hope, that let us know that he's working on our behalf and that he's defending us, just like in ancient Egypt, when you go to ancient times. As a matter of fact, let's get this in the book of Exodus, all right, 23 and 22. This is as we were getting Exodus out of Egypt by the angel, which is Yahweh Shai, that the Most High God sent to deliver his people, right? To exodus us out of Egypt. It was said of him in Exodus 23 and 22, but if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy to thine enemies and an adversary to thine adversaries. You see? And as you read and go into the scriptures, Deuteronomy 30 and 7, and the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies and upon them that hate thee, all right, which have persecuted thee, and, they like to take the mindset of wanting to see your enemies fall and turn it against you as some hateful, when that was the very, comfort of many men of the Lord, seeing the vengeance of the Lord take place on our enemies and those who, came up against them, those who tried to hinder the gospel. Okay. Jeremiah 30 and 20, their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me, and I will punish all them that oppress them. All right. Now, Zechariah 2 and 8, for thus saith the Lord, after the glory, all right, hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. He that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. And when you deal with the Israelites, when you deal with King David, the throne of David, that kingdom, the throne of David, it was rooted in having his enemies and subject to him. And when the elites hear that, what we're saying, basically, we're going to rule and Yahweh Shai is going to take them down. They're going to be in subject to a righteous kingdom and, have to learn the ways of righteousness, and they're going into captivity. That's a declaration of war. And what they're doing is slowly but surely setting up an environment to where, righteousness will be outlawed. Okay, talking points that go against the image of the beast, and they're marking what they're trying to establish. Okay, by law, you can be taken off the internet, you can be jailed. This is what we face as we stand stiffly for the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Now, I don't know if you brothers and sisters know that the ex-CEO, all right, which these Edomites are going downhill fast. The small hats, everywhere you look, they're just getting caught. They're crazy. You got pedos getting caught, left and right, and they just try to sweep these things under the rug. But when you look at what's happening to the biblical Edomite in these latter days, the man of sin is being revealed. And this chick, all right, the ex-CEO, all right, of YouTube, Susan Kiki, all right, dies months after son dies of overdose. Now, if you don't know, when she was CEO, all right, over YouTube, she waged war against the Hebrew Israelite videos, in particular those of Great Millstone. At that time, videos were being taken down, whole pages were being terminated, just complete waged war That's what she did, which was ultimately an offense in the spirit. She came against the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which basically is what the enemy is doing. He's setting up a system to where artificial intelligence will be able to track righteousness and root it out of the earth. Basically, that's where they're going with it. And as we always read in the book of Psalms 37:14, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright conversation. All right. Upright meaning agreeable, right? Upright. Okay. The original knowledge, the original way. Upright conversation is being spread amongst the elect. And the wicked have drawn out a sword, okay, to ultimately come up against the poor and needy, those who need Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And they want to slay those who be of upright conversation, which this goes back to a spirit, all right, going all the way back, okay, to Cain and Abel, Jacob and Esau, all right. And the scriptures told us that the red dragon in the latter days, as it was promised, we will wake up, right? Well, because we're becoming a burdensome stone to this place. Our enemies are losing. You see, Revelation 12:17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman. The woman represents the church, the elect, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. So this shows you a mindset of a man who was mad that you are trying to be righteous. He's mad that you're trying to keep the commandments of the Most High, that you're not bowing the knee to his image, all right, that you're not promoting sinful lifestyles. And they have the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is the spirit of prophecy, which speaking all of these things into existence is very interesting, how everything is poetically through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai being spoken into existence. The words are coming true right before our eyes. And there are particular people who see it. There are particular people who don't. But clearly this dragon, which is the red dragon, linking to the ancient Western Roman Empire, which was ran by Edomites, which fell. But at the time of the Renaissance, 1,000 years later, they came up out of the caves, all right, and reinvented Rome. And eventually, that beast system from Italy will go to, the Spanish, the French, the British, America, the state of Israel. And this, rebirthed Rome into the earth. That ancient way. So Esau's way is totally adverse to us. So this is why we hope to see him fall. Okay, as a matter of fact, let's get the book of Sirach, the 25th chapter, and the 7th verse. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged, all right, in my mind to be happy. Heart is mind in the Hebrew lab. Okay, so there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart, all right, to be happy, or my mind. The 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man have joy in his children. A man that has joy in his children. Wow, it's a beautiful thing. And this is why we got to get out of Babylon the Great, because we're in these crazy situations to where you can't even enjoy your children. Okay, you're so fixated on if they're in your life, you're so fixated in the hustle and bustle of having a job to provide. Or you're worried, you don't have the ability to homeschool. All right. So they may go to these particular schools, and, if the Lord ain't with them, if the Lord don't cover them, they can be open to some very, very high level left-handed demons, man, and rebel against you. These are things that can happen in this world. See, but when we get into the kingdom, all right, we're going to fully have joy of our children the right way. And it's not going to be a worry. Your child can go missing in the kingdom for 20 years. You're not worried. He'll pop back up, 20 years later, grown with his wives, show you your grandchildren, right? Show you your grandchildren. Come with some nice incense, from another planet. Here, check this out. There, yeah. You ain't gonna be worried about your child in the kingdom of heaven. The children are gonna be able to freely run throughout the earth. That's what the earth was made for, man. Those are the true toys, man. That's the true experience, not no goddamn iPod or cell phone. So this man is ruined life, man. See? A man that have joy in his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. So that's a joyful thing to live to see the fall of your enemy. And this chick, Susan Wojcicki, all right, just passed away, which, we go into these things, but we know and understand that even we could pass away in this truth. We're still subject to judgment. This is why we pray, all right, to stay on the right path. And even if we do go back to the spirit world, we want to, take our last breath is going to be, calling on the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai or believing in Yahweh Bashim Shai, not bowing the knee to this image, man. And that's what these people are fighting, to establish their image in the earth, which is rooted in paganism, Satanism, wickedness. See? And doing the Ovid, she had videos taken down left and right, only for all of it to come back and all of the things be true that these people were bringing out against the juice, the hot sauce, right? The rough and rugged juice, right? And it's destroying many. So when she was CEO of YouTube, man, she was going in. She had an assault against upright conversation. It was an uptick. It was overkill. I had the 2-through pages. You can't even have 2-through. Anything I loaded, strike. Like, goddamn. And, though we understand that these things have to happen, that it makes you mad sometimes when you go through it, and how unreasonable these devils are, man. You see, but a year or so after she, sold it and she wasn't CEO anymore, her son passed away. He had an overdose. All right, these Edomites children are hooked on drugs. They're overdosing. They're heroin addicts. They're all freaked out into witchcraft. Yeah, these devils. They're children. As a matter of fact, when you read it, it says, now what's interesting about her, before we get into this article, let's check her out real quick. Let's go to this thing, and let's find out something very key about her. Right? All right, as you see, she's here. All right. She's a small hat. All right, and her parents, all right, on her mother's side, you know how they do it through the mother. All right. But willing to bet her dad was one too. All right. These are the people who identify as Ashkenazi Jews. All right, Jewish people, right? And they claim Ashkenaz because the landmass of Poland, Germany, and different places is where their forefathers came from and migrated to the land of Israel, to claim their inheritance. So that's why they call themselves Ashkenazi Jews, because their forefathers came from that land. But they're claiming that they're the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's what they're claiming. Okay, but this is what she is. Okay, this is what she's tied to. All right, and it's always them. All right, when it's all said and done, what people are finding out is that at the forefront of the majority of the wickedness that and this corrupt evil way of life, being, governed. It's these people. Okay? It's these people, man. It says in February this year, her son, 19-year-old Marco Tropper, was found dead in his dorm room, all right, at the University of California in Berkeley, doing all those drugs. All right. He died of an overdose, all right, having consumed a high amount of alprazolam, all right, Xanax, god damn, as well as cocaine, amphetamine, and the antihistamine hydroxyzine. Okay. So right after she left off from being the CEO, and she was named, the Time magazine, she was named amongst the most influential people in the world because she helped, all right, to wage war against the truth. Okay? And against other talking points, but, as they are establishing their image and getting ready to try to force that beast system with that charagma, there's talking points that need to be, X'd out to make it easier for them to transition into that world, to make certain talking points punishable. See, and YouTube is a part of that. All right, now she just recently, went back to the spirit world, right? Supposedly of cancer. Now, a lot of these elites, the people on this level, a lot of them they're scurrying into the bunkers too. But the Lord, I believe, he took her, and he judged her. This is all judgment, man. All right. And a lot of our enemies are in disarray right now. A lot of them, they're in disarray, and they're being judged openly. A lot of them. See, there's so many examples that we have of people who came up against this truth that the Lord, dealt with them swiftly. And it's going to continue. You see? Because the small hats are through. All right? Now I want to get into a few things. I want to play this video. This was something that I found to be interesting. It's called DJ Khaled on Palestinian and Israeli with Larry King. Now, this was a few years ago. Larry King, I believe he passed away 2021, something like that. But listen to what Larry King says.
Palestinian. That's right, Palestinian.
You Muslim?
Yes.
You practice the faith?
Yes, I practice it, but I could do a better job.
What do you mean? Still have family in Palestine?
Yes, I do.
How do you get involved politically in the Middle East?
I get involved with the peace. You know what I'm saying? Meaning as I'm all about peace. I'm all about unity. I'm all about love, and I want my people, to always be good.
Because he's a Palestinian. So they, asked him, well, what do you think about all of this stuff going on? And this was his take,
Here's what puzzles me. I've been to the West Bank.
Right.
I love the people there.
Yeah.
I'm Jewish. You're Palestinian.
Yes.
I'm Jewish. You're Palestinian. All right. Now, this is a small hat. Now, remember, this is Judah. This is supposed to be the descendants of David and all of the mighty men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Mr. Burns looking cat and this thing right here. This is supposed to be the Judah. This is Judah. This is Judah. Nah, man. And it's all, everything that's happening right now, it's all working in our favor to prove that what we've been saying is true. Okay, but listen to what he says.
We're cousins.
Yeah.
We go back to Isaac and Esau.
See, we're cousins. We go back to Isaac and Esau. All right, meaning he's of the seed of Isaac through Jacob, right? But then he put Esau off on the Arabs. See, and Esau does this. That's a something that they do. Even Vocab Malone, threw it out there before, which he's thrown out many theories. The Edomites, sometimes they're done away with. Sometimes they can be saved. Sometimes they already, were rooted out of the earth. You know, but a lot of times they try to say, well, the Edomites eventually went and mingled and mixed with the seed of Ishmael, and that became the Edomites, the Arabs, which Arab means mixed. Okay, it means mixed. So they're saying, well, the Edomites, the Arabs are really the Edomites. Listen to what he said.
I'm Jewish. You're Palestinian.
Yes.
We're cousins.
Yeah.
You know, we go back there.
Yeah.
Isaac and Esau, we go back a long way. Why can't we get together?
I wish I had the answer.
We go back to Isaac and Esau. He just basically told him he an Edomite. Hilarious.
But I look at it in my eyes, I don't see why it's a problem because I'm sitting here
He called you an Edomite, fam.
with you right now.
No problem.
Me and you have no problem.
None.
I respect you, you respect me, and that's how life should be. You know what I'm saying?
And there's people who will watch this interview and none of them understand the magnitude of what he just told that guy. See, now we see it and we understand that this is the serpent. We understand that this man he's just gonna lie. All right, he's gonna fake it till he make it. You see, and this is why they're waging war against this truth. All right, and it's always these people. All right, which they're at the forefront of the blessing of the biblical Edomites, man. And these devils are getting ready to wage war. As you see here, UK Police Commissioner threatened to extradite jail U.S. citizens over online post. See, which over in the UK, over in Europe, period. All right, they got, a lot of friction. There's a lot of uproars. All right, the people are rebelling. A lot of civil unrest in certain parts, all right, of Europe. All right, that's a common trend, the riots, the uproars. All right, so there's particular people, all right, being tied to advocating, rebellions, over the internet. You see? And if you look at this situation here, or you have 2 men jailed for encouraging unrest on social media. Okay? So, again, there's getting ready to be a lot of provocateurs, a lot of snares, as the scriptures say. All right, they lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate. Remember, the throne of David is a declaration to the heathen that their idols have to go, that they have to be subject to us. All right? Isaiah 29 and 21, that make a man an offender for a, let's start at 20, all right? Isaiah 29 and 20, for the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. This is Esau. All right? The terrible one, he's being brought to naught right before our very eyes. That make a man an offender for a word, that lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. See, they're laying a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, that corrects in the gate the prophets, and turn aside the just for a thing or not. So they're going to turn aside your calls and your sacrifice and use his law to ultimately weaponize, okay, weaponize speech, make a man an offender for a word. All right. Let's check this one out. United Kingdom gives first jail term to 2 men encouraging unrest on social media. Let's see here.
In the last few minutes, a 28-year-old man has been jailed for 20 months in Leeds for stirring up religious hatred online during the riots across...
Stirring up religious hatred online. Okay, so do you see where they're going with it? And all of the games are going to stop very, very soon amongst you stupid moon cricket Israelites, man. Okay, buzzing and flying over the goddamn earth, making a fool of yourself. The Lord's going to put an end to the Lord is getting ready to put an end to all of the folly, because too many people have access to record buttons and are able to upload and talk and have their opinion, be represented and have their space and their, the time is coming where everybody's just going to have to shut up. But here in the UK, you have these particular men who were jailed for 20 months, all right, over religious riot Facebook post. See that? So you see where it's going?
Months in Leeds for stirring up religious hatred online during the riots across the country over the last week. Sky's Becky Cottrell is at Leeds Crown Court for us this afternoon. And Becky, this all relates to posts by Jordan Parler on Facebook.
Yeah, essentially he was telling people on Facebook to go and attack a hotel in Leeds housing asylum seekers. He didn't actually take part in that action. We understand he was at home with an injured foot, but it was his messages online that were seen.
He was at home with an injured foot, but online he's saying go out there and go get him. Which they say this is what Trump did on 1/6,
By his friends and other people they shared those posts with that were at the root of his sentencing today. Just let me read you some of the stuff he posted. He said, every man and his dog should smash expletive out of Britannia Hotel. He also said that asylum seekers are here given a life of Riley off the tax us hardworking people earn when it could be put to better.
Immigration, these, immigrants coming over, being allowed into these countries, getting all the jobs, which, this is how ancient Rome fell as well, an influx of, different nations and, confusion. You see? All kind of ideologies. Anyway.
To use come here with no work visa, no trade to their name, and sit and doss. Now, the hotel he was telling people to target had already been targeted by protesters, so he was essentially fanning the flames of that violence. And we know that people were throwing stones at the hotel. They smashed one of the windows, and it wasn't just the residents, the asylum seekers in the hotel who were scared. It was the staff too. And the judge said that he should have known that that was going to happen when he did this. Now, he later said to police that it was a moment of foolishness, but he was still very forthright in saying that he had done this because of the anger he felt towards asylum seekers. His mother submitted a note.
He's mad at all of these heathen nations that are being allowed, just like they're being allowed over here in the Americas, over in certain parts of Europe, they're being allowed in, And the residents, they're upright. They're mad. They're like, what the fuck is this? Got them staying in hotels, the devil got a lot going on, man.
The court saying we could only speculate that he has been caught up and swept away by emotions circulating around the country. Well, the reason that this sentencing has happened so quickly is exactly because of those emotions.
And that was a quick judgment, nigga. 20 months. That'll teach your ass, your dumb ass. So sit your ass down, nigga. You can't talk to your daughter. You can't talk to your wife. You musty. Hurt. Well, this is the reality that's coming to the earth amongst those who want to act as if they're against this system. See? So we see where it's going. All right. And they had to throw religious in there.
She was referring to in her statement to the judge, the higher-ups will want to discourage anyone from coming out to the streets this weekend and in the coming weeks and take...
Prison sentencing for all the rioting that Britain has seen the past 10 days is now coming thick and fast, and this includes something now quite new, punishment.
And look at the people, no free speech. See?
For online offences. Take a couple of judgments handed down.
So online offenses can now get you, jail time. See? This is where we are with it.
Prison sentencing for all the rioting that Britain has seen the past 10.
Hell no. Hell no. Nope. Y'all just gonna have to look it up. Y'all just gonna have to look it up. But our enemies are being dealt with, you know, so they're reacting, you know, as the scriptures say, that they would operate like this. In Revelation, the 12th chapter, okay, 12 and 10, and it says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation, where the Lord is getting ready to deliver his people in strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, who accused them before our Lord, power day and night. And this is Esau Edom. He accuses you. He's against you. He's adverse to what you want in righteousness. So therefore he accuses you of being righteous. He accuses you for speaking against his image. And then he can make a law, okay, that will lead to you. He can lay a snare for you through just throwing these little situations out. Now people are used to, okay, religious, okay, online, nigga, you a year, 2 years, life, nigga, you'll never get out. And who knows what they're gonna be trying to do to those people when they're in these particular facilities where they take them. You see? So the Lord is going to have to be with us, man. And he will be. And I believe that wholeheartedly. All right. I'm willing to invest and sacrifice my life for this cause. Okay. And I prayed the Lord never put the spirit on us to bow the knee to the image of Baal, man. And that, you know, we're not, you know, the tortured, you know, ultimately just take our spirits away, you know, and bring us back when it comes time for us to go. Your will be done. See, because we have the comfort of knowing and understanding death. So on this path, you know, we're subject, some of us, to going back to the spirit world before Yahweh Shai returns. You know, but that body is going to be raised up first. Okay. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. So now none of their accusations stand because the blood covers them. And by the word of their testimony, see? And they love not their lives unto death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, because they received this testimony, because Yahweh Shai blood covers them. All right, the devil, all right, because the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai is getting ready to be set up. See, the accuser of our brethren being cast down is him being exposed. Everywhere you look, okay, these devils are just being exposed. As a matter of fact, check this out. See if I can find it. Hey, remember what the Lord did to this cat right here. Remember his church, all right, burned down in Dallas. Look it up. All right. Look up Pastor Robert Jeffrey's church on fire. We were walking up to camp and saw all the smoke. I'm like, what the hell is this? And come to find out, his church, all right, was being burned down. But look what he, you know, you read that on your own, pause it and read it. But look what he was doing. Anyway, I digress. But there was a few videos I had. Let's see here. Oh yeah, these devils are on a warpath.
To Israel's war on Gaza now, and a video appearing to show Israeli soldiers raping a male prisoner.
God damn. Hell no. Hell no. Shit. Oh, man.
Which has drawn condemnation from Israel's main ally, the United States. The State Department said it had seen the video and called reports of the sexual abuse of detainees in the prison horrific. Our report from Israel begins with that video.
Dozens of Palestinian detainees were lying handcuffed on the floor when Israeli prison guards came in, picked up one man, and then frog-marched him away, a dog straining at the leash in front of him. To obscure their actions from CCTV, some of the guards held up riot shields, while others raped the detainee with foreign objects. The assault lasted.
Now, this is what these small hats are doing. And Netanyahu used the Holy Scriptures to justify this. He said, what did he say? As a matter of fact, let's show you. Netanyahu, Amalek speech. This is another instance of them throwing the Arabs off on Esau, or Esau off on the Arabs. Let's see here. Yeah, he used the Bible. This is the the article Netanyahu references to violent biblical passage. All right, raises alarm among critics. All right. In this speech, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu gave, the speech he gave refers to the Amalekites from the biblical book of Samuel. All right. The Prime Minister's office added citation to his written and translated remarks to indicate Netanyahu was quoting the book of Deuteronomy. Both stories call for the Israelites to completely eliminate their attackers, which were the Amalekites. In the book of Deuteronomy, the text he reads, blot out the memory of Amalek from under heaven. Okay, because that's a prophecy. Okay, but Amalekites are Edomites. So here it is. The small hat has a thing for throwing the Edomites off on the Arabs, which the Arabs are the sons of Ishmael. They're not Edomites. All right. Now you have particular Edomites, elites, families who've changed their names and rule in certain areas. All right. That are supposed to be ran by Arabs, but the Edomites are the Edomites and the sons of Ishmael are the Arabs. The Edomites is ultimately Esau, Edom. All right. The so-called, all right, white man. See? That's the Edomite. And the Amalekites, all right, are a tribe, a family of Edomites who pretty much rule everything. But here it is. Just like that guy, Larry King, this guy is putting the Edomites off on Ishmael because what they're doing is trying to run from their destiny. And they're going to fight. They're going to fight, man. Okay? And they're going to wage war against righteousness, man. Okay? 38 months. One was sentenced to 38 months, and one was sentenced to 20 months. All right, for stirring up racial hatred on social media about those, migrants coming in and getting aid. 118 people have been jailed for their involvement in some of the worst unrest the UK has seen in over a decade. Okay? He called for an attack on a hotel housing refugees and asylum seekers on Facebook. This became the first person to be jailed, stirring up racial hatred during the disorder. Racial hatred. But for some reason, it was called a religious group. Let's see here. So it's going to be the everyday Edomites that are going to rebel ultimately against the powers that be and against the NWO. They're going to be out in the streets fighting for, you know, their last little bit of freedoms. And they're going to be a shield for the elect. Okay? But as you can see here, the EU, all right, threatened Elon Musk, all right, to censor Trump or we'll shut down X. Now, the EU has stepped in because, let's see if it's on now. I'm pretty sure it's on. The Elon Musk, Donald Trump interview. It's supposed to be, Elon Musk is supposed to be, you know, the god of the technology world. Okay, sitting and mixing and mingling with, you know, the god of the American dream, Donald Trump. Let's see if we can find it here. Elon Musk. Should be on. I believe it's, yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Stated foreign policy to me, and so you'll hear more from this.
Trump to meet with Elon Musk SpaceX launch. Now the SpaceX program is known as the Dragon, so they're preparing to fight against the second coming of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ too. Israel Hamas wars. Yeah, I think the is this it?
Not as tough as China, but they're bad, and I let them know it, and that's probably why they notified you. No, they don't treat our country well. We defend them, you know, with Ukraine. So we're in for 250 billion, and they're in for about 71 billion, and they have the same size. If you add up the European nations that, you know, in terms of an economy, it's about the same size. When you say it's a...
So, you know, we'll see if we can, you know, eventually find it. Well, you know, brothers will track that down. But the EU threatened Elon Musk, all right, that he needed to censor Trump. There's particular talking points that, all right, they're saying are not in line, you know, with, you know, this whole free speech idea you have over there at X. So pretty much the way that they're using Elon Musk as he's supposed to be this rebellion against the deep state and the NWO, which he's not. He's a part of it, right? But he bought out Twitter and named it X, which speaks to their agenda. It's a dark left-handed occult, you know, thing they got going on. But he's, you know, allowed free speech. But as you can see, the EU higher authorities can come in and say, all right, because you didn't censor out these talking points, we can shut you down. We can X you out. The European Union has threatened to shut down X if Elon Musk doesn't censor Donald Trump. Now, Elon Musk responded, kiss my ass and hallelujah, pretty much. He's not worried about y'all, man. So the EU sends letter to Elon Musk demanding to censor Donald Trump during their upcoming interview. The EU has threatened Musk with legal consequences if he does not prevent the spread of what they label disinfo. So as you can see, all right, using this Elon Musk, using this Donald Trump, you know, stronghold, okay, they're able to kill two birds with one stone. All right, they get to go after, you know, so-called truthers. They get to go after, you know, what they call misogynists. They get to shut down, okay, particular talking points by law because it is dangerous to the environment. See? So they use these individuals as pawns to get their laws passed, all right? Frameth mischief by law, all right? He frameth his mischief by law. I believe that's in Psalms. Psalms 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee? All right, which frameth mischief by a law. They gather together against the souls of the righteous and condemn their innocent blood. But Yahweh is not my defense, and the God is the rock of my refuge. He shall bring them down upon their iniquity and shall cut them off in their wickedness. Yes, our power shall cut them off. Yahweh Bashim Yahshai is going to cut them off. Okay? So they frameth mischief by law. See? NLT, can unjust leaders claim that God is on their side? Leaders whose decrees permit justice? So their laws permit, all right, injustice. They allow injustice through this wicked, all right, system of governance, this image of the beast that's being established, all right, injustice, what is injustice? Spreads. That's not a good environment where injustice spreads, right? Where it's allowed for you to defraud someone from justice, which that's what Yahweh Shai's kingdom is going to be established in justice and judgment, as it says in Isaiah, the 9th chapter. Give me 1 second here. God damn. Come on, man. Maybe I'll look it up like this, because that's too goddamn much. That's too much. Sheesh. It'll all be over. Yeah, why would you want to have fellowship with this wicked system, man? Hey, down with the image of the beast, man. Their ways, the way that they do things, it has not worked. We don't trust it. We're leaning on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But as we're here and we walk in this straight gate, as we're not yet out of our taken out of our captivity, we have to walk in wisdom. We have to walk in wisdom, man. Let's see here. Injustice, a violation of another's rights or what is right. Lack of justice, a specific unjust act or wrong. Lack of justice and equity, violation of the rights, all right, of another or others. Iniquity, wrong, unfairness. Okay, and he allows, all right, unfairness to be forwarded, man. There's no law against adultery. There's no law against eating things that are that are supposed to clean the earth. Therefore, you have a dirty earth because he hates the truth. His whole energy is adverse to your whole energy, but he rules the world. And here it is, you're raising up in his world, telling him he's getting ready to go down, and he knows he can't just rush you. So what he does is little by little, as he beats down the minds of the people, you know, these are all ways that he can eventually come after the truth. You see, because he's coming. That MOTB system is being brought to pass, man. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just go into that in my next video. But it's going down, man. All right. Look at this. Read this shit. Oh, man. Losing. The devil is losing. Y'all go into the MOTB stuff. Switzerland considered increasing cooperation with NATO. Let's go here. Yeah, I'll just go into the MOTB. Yeah, because you know I'm gonna just end this one. Olympic organizers accused of doubling down with demonic closing ceremony. They had a demonic closing ceremony. Okay. So not only was the opening ceremony demonic, they're saying the closing ceremony was demonic with the Olympics. They're open. They're being more and more open with their wickedness, man. See. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll get into all of that. Urgent recall fish products distributed to East Coast stores amid fears it could cause killer disease. So they're weaponizing everything, man. U.S. beefs up security and orders missile submarine, all right, to the Middle East, which is really a part of, it's really in Asia. All right. It says, we are really living in the end times. Retail apocalypse is gaining momentum all over America. See what this is talking about. People ain't buying shit. People ain't really going into stores and malls like that like they used to. People are just shopping online. Then you get the shirt, it'd be all little. Then you wish you went into the store so you can try it on. But there's so much hell going on, you just end up ordering online. All right, but you can go into stores as well. But why are retailers closing thousands of stores and the U.S. economy is in good shape? All right. They're saying it's in good shape. All right. But we see what's happening in this world as people are perplexed, man. It says, of course, the truth is that the U.S. economy is not in good shape at all. The cost of living crisis is absolutely crushing working families all over the nation. U.S. consumers simply don't have as much discretionary income as they once did to go and buy. I'm gonna give me some shoes. You know, I'm gonna go. I need some shirts. I need some shorts. You know, that spirit is rude. You know, people ain't got time for that shit. People, you know, they pretty much, you know, work, eat, sleep, shit, work out, wiggle. All right. They don't have time to really, they don't have extra money to spend no more as inflation is through the roof. See? And they get you one way or another with inflation. They say they take away inflation, they'll just raise the taxes. Okay, the devil he's gonna be the devil, man. Okay? You're always, all right, the slave always foots the bill. Okay? Your tribute is and taken away from you. Okay, while there's trillionaires in the earth, people with all kind of money, with influence that can turn this thing around in within years. But they don't use the resources in their power to forward righteousness. So people are perplexed. All right, these are the hard times associated with the kingdom of heaven being set up in the planet Earth. Okay, our retailers are highly dependent on discretionary spending. Okay, the grinding is ceasing, man. And many of them have been reporting very disappointing sale numbers recently. Ain't nobody going into these stores. And as the scriptures say, the storehouses shall soon be empty. Places that were full of people are going to be empty, boarded up. Sadly, the problems that our retailers are experiencing are only going to intensify as U.S. economic activity continues to slow down. Okay, and there shall be no work for Egypt. The closing of 3,200 stores sounds really bad, but it's important to note, all right, that this was published May 13th. Since that time, there have been a lot more closing announcements. Last week, we learned Big Lots plans to close 30 stores because they're narrowing everything down to particular corporations and particular means by which you have access to things. You see? and they're luring you into this digital ID system. Okay? So, damn, 45,000 stores permanently shut down. all right, at UBS. Dang, it's getting bad, and it's being done on purpose. And you American people aren't ready, all right, for the wrath of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You've used your grace period to totally be engulfed into the image of the beast. So as this world fades, you're not going to have any answers. You're going to be through. Foreign minister says China supports Iran in defending security. So China is going to be aligned with Iran. You know, we'll go into that in another lesson. More plagues through. Nigga, pastor paying an ex-wife $12,000 a month in alimony after 33 years of marriage. Hurt. Damn. Tech giants will be forced to ban fake news under plans being considered by government in wake of riots. So they're using these riots in the UK, you know, problem, reaction, solution, as a means, okay, to ban what they deem fake news. Schools are now teaching students how to spot conspiracies and tackle misinformation and extremism. So here we go. They're training up the youth in this new fashion. They're forcing their image, and within the image, all right, again, injustice, wickedness is allowed. You know, sodomy, you know, trans, all that's allowed. You speaking against those things is extreme. When you don't think it's extreme for a man to be born with a rod, only to get 26 and say he likes, you know, he's always liked men, but he gets to the point where he cuts his rod off. Now, if I said, you know what, all right, cut my feet off, right? You say I'm crazy. If I cut my arm off, I don't want my arm. I wanna stand for the armless people and start, all right, you know, a cause for them. People will be like, why you cut your arm off? But you cut your rod off and the whole world applauds you. And you get to go and represent women in the earth. After women have fought for all of this, women and women this and women that. You get to the end of the thing, and now this nigga can be a woman. He's even competing against you. He's even winning Woman of the Year. After all that y'all fought for. And y'all were at the forefront of these marches, engulfing yourself with the image of the beast, telling the men to shut up and these men could be women, and they even told us we should date them, that if you don't date them, you're transphobic. Yeah, well, black women are on that. If you don't date a trans, if you wouldn't date a trans, what they call woman, which is a man, right? You are transphobic. That's hateful. They're gonna force you to they're trying to force that image on you. So the children are being trained up, all right, in Greekish fashions. Okay. Let's see. Greekish. I know it's somewhere in the Maccabees. Second Maccabees 4 and 10. Yeah, here we go. Verse 9, it says, besides this, and this is what a wicked high priest did. He got permission from the king, all right, to do this. It says, besides this, he promised to assign 150 more if he might have license to set him up a place of exercise and for the training of the youth and the fashion of the heathen, and to write them all right, of Jerusalem by the name of Antiochus. So he made you put his name on him, on you. You had to, if you were Jews, but you had to call yourself Antiochians. I belong to Antiochus. And you and your children were trained up in the fashion of the heathen. Well, this is what they're doing now. Okay? And they've been doing it. All right, but we're living in a time where they're putting their foot down. Okay, to say that this is what is and this is what ain't. Training the youth up. Insane. Which, when the king had granted, he had gotten into his hand, all right, the rule, he forthwith brought his own nation to Greekish fashion. And you have certain niggas set up to keep us in the mindset of following Esau. But the elective they're free from it, man. Anyway, let's see here. Yeah, UK government plan will force tech giants to ban fake news. So they're at war. Okay, they're at war. Look at this guy. Well, look at this nigga. Read that. L. All right, L. Okay, and this is not medical information, man. At least 100 killed. So these Amalekites are on a warpath, injured after Israeli airstrike on Gaza school. They're bombing schools. Magnitude mega quake about to strike Japan. Woo! God damn. We'll see. Another one. I ain't saying nothing. This is not medical information. Listen, please consult your doctor. All right. When your ankles get big, don't come to me. All right. Get you some cherry juice. It says the UK government is scourging social media to arrest people who share harmful riot footage. So people who are sharing certain footage, your ass can go to jail. Yep, look at this. YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki, who banned juice conspiracies, all right, passes away of a turbo, all right. See that? That's how she died. It was the juice. It was the sauce. Man, look at this shit. So this is why they're getting ready. They got to shut it down. There's too much coming out. Oh yeah. God damn. Okay. All right, well, we'll leave it there, man. See, I think I had a few more things, but we'll go into the MOTB. All right, shalom.